So I'm going to show you how to make my winter spiced orange popcorn. I have to say this is an absolute family favourite. It's something that we make if we're settling down for a movie night. It's so delicious and it's not too unhealthy either. So very easy. I'm going to make a spicy caramelized sauce for the popcorn. So I'm going to start with a tablespoon of butter and I'm going to melt that in a saucepan with 3 tablespoons of honey, and just melt it really quickly. You're not actually going to cook the honey or heat it very much, just enough so that it dissolves. 1, 2. This is a lovely local honey. Always good to know where your honey comes from. So melt that together, and that makes the basis of your sticky sauce. And then you can add the spices, and I'm going to use 3 different spices. I'm going to use a teaspoon of ginger, just ground ginger, that goes in there, and then a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and this gives it this lovely sort of wintry warming spice. A little bit extra because I love cinnamon. And then a little bit of ground nutmeg, or you could use allspice if you didn't have nutmeg. So mix those spices in. And the smell of that is already starting to really come through. So you want the spices to dissolve into your syrup. And then into that I'm going to use the juice of 1 orange with the zest and just a few little strips of peel, just to give it that lovely orangey flavour. And you just cook that through for a little while, just really to get all the flavours infusing. And then you can put that to one side while you make your popcorn. So you may already have an air popping popcorn maker, which is great, or you can make it in the microwave. I'm going to use a stovetop method. So just take a large saucepan, and then I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of rapeseed oil, just enough really to cover the bottom of the pan. And then, because the key thing if you're using the stovetop method is to prevent the popcorn from sticking and burning, so you want to shake it as it cooks. And then I'm going to use about 150 grams of popping corn. And I've done this so often that I know that that's about 150 grams. And then what you need to do is, it takes about 5 or 6 minutes maybe. So nice high heat. If you've got a pan with a clear lid, then it's great because you can actually see what's going on inside. Otherwise, just listen, because as soon as the heat builds, you'll hear the pop, pop, pop as the corn starts to pop. And the key thing is just to keep giving it a little jiggle. Hold mine with a towel here. So as it heats, you don't want it to stick. So, keep giving it a good shake like that. And then, as I say, after about 5 or 6 minutes, it will have popped. Here's some I popped earlier. Look at that, lovely freshly popped popcorn. And then you simply take your sauce and drizzle that all the way over the top, making sure you get all the goodness from the pan. Give that a good stir around. Just want to coat every kernel. But this is a really good recipe because it's not too sickly, it's not too sugary, but it is very Moorish. And of course you've got those lovely healthy warming spices in there as well, and that orange flavour. So once it's all mixed, you can then take your bowl, get your movie ready, and there we are. Pop that over there, a few little stray runaways. Absolutely delicious, a real family favourite. I hope you enjoy.